Someone once said, the future is being designed for people who can master AI. I really do believe that, despite the doomsday predictions by experts, AI is a permanent part of our world now. Some people are like doom and gloom, AI is gonna take over the world. It might, I don't know. But what I do know is that it's gonna be impactful for the people that know how to use it today are gonna be the ones that can lead tomorrow and that can monetize it. Thanks for everyone who's on the call so far. If you hear a little ping sound, it's probably someone trying to get in. Does anyone know what AI and automation is and the differences?
Is automation essentially like a set it and forget it type thing?
That's effectively a great way to put it in terms of what automation is. A lot of times AI and automation are used interchangeably. They're not actually exactly the same, but they are very much closely related. Some AI tools do automation and some automation tools have AI features. But really and truly, automation involves using technology to perform tasks that were previously done by humans. So typically routine, repetitive tasks that follow a set of rules and procedures. So the primary goal of automation is to increase efficiency, reduce errors, and free up human workers to engage in more complex and creative tasks. So an example of this is if you have a bot factory assembly line that uses robotic arms, automated data entry systems, and programmable logic controllers, for example, in an industrial setting. Another example of this is if I preload information onto a platform and I tell that platform when to tweet, for example, an automation would be it tweeting what I've preloaded based on the rules I gave it. So I don't need to worry about using Twitter every day. I've automated my tweets so that the platform does it for me for the next 30 days, 90 days, a year even. So that's really how I would define automation. Whereas artificial intelligence refers to systems or machines that mimic human intelligence to perform tasks that can iteratively improve themselves based on the information they collect. So the purpose of AI is to simulate human cognitive functions, and this really means learning, reasoning, problem solving, perception, and language understanding as well. So voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, ChatGPT, systems like things like Netflix and Amazon will use advanced AI systems like IBM Watson's or self-driving cars. Automation is making volume tasks easier, whereas AI is about making complex tasks. It's about doing more complex tasks. So I would say automation typically operates within a fixed set of parameters and cannot handle tasks beyond its, pre-programmed rules. Whereas AI can process and analyze new information, adapt into changing environments, and learn from experiences to handle complex decision making. So AI is a bit more human-like, whereas automation is a bit more machine-like, where you preload it, tell it what you want, boom, it just does it, it spits it out for you. Since the beginning of a ChatGPT, since ChatGPT's release on the 30th of November 2022, that was the first time AI became as mainstream as it was, and not just an average mediocre AI. This was an absolutely phenomenal AI tool that blew people's minds. Have we all used ChatGPT in here?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just wanted to make sure, because for some strange reason, some people I know still haven't used ChatGPT. I'm just like, yo, get on it, man. It's once you've used it once, you kind of start learning its strengths and its limitations, but it's impressive how they keep building on it and improving it. I have a post on my Instagram page and my Facebook page about the new ChatGPT 4.0. It's scary stuff. ChatGPT came out 30th of November 2022, and it really showed how much advancement we've had in the AI world, and how AI has really changed the way we interact with computers and the way we can. I have a tool that can plug into my email account and I tell it what I want it to send, and it will just send a really well framed email. I tell it the tone of voice that I would like, and it sends it exactly as I've asked it to send it. So really excited about those kind of advancements and developments. These technology advancements aligns with Moore's law, which is something that references computational power doubling every 2 years. I think that law is maybe even out of date now, because these computers their abilities and capabilities are doubling maybe every 2 months rather than every 2 years now. So a few key challenges include that people have when it comes to interacting with AI. We don't really know how to ask the right questions yet. We're not all good at asking the right questions, and that's what we call prompts, and there's a whole job there's a whole industry being created, and the job is being called a prompt engineer, which is effectively someone who understands how to create prompts, how to write prompts, and how to actually get the most out of the AI by asking it the right questions. I mean, a lot of these AIs are only as good as the prompts we put in them and what we ask of them, essentially. And AI's progression brings a lot of opportunities and a lot of risks, as we know. The founder of OpenAI, one of his fears is that AI could kill people. It was just mind-blowing for him to even just say that. Like, so if it's not handled with care, you know, there are obviously risks. So it's about navigating those risks. And I was saying to the ladies earlier, Cassie, that the way I see it when it comes to AI, is here to stay. So we might as well figure out how to use it, get on top of the game as quickly as possible, so that we're in a position where we know exactly how to make the most of it. We're already skilled with using it, and whatever future jobs are relevant because of AI, we're already ahead of the curve. And whatever future jobs are no longer relevant, we've already sort of got the skills of the present time. Basically, we're looking at the skills of the future today, and I think that's why it's so important to me, especially to help, you know, black people and ethnic minorities, Asians, etc., to get on top of this, because there's a lot of gatekeeping around this AI world. So AI has actually begun to impact creative industries as well. It's so ironic. People thought AI would impact more like mechanical industries, but we still have builders and they're not going anywhere. We still have engineers and they're not really going anywhere, like physical engineers and laborers and those kind of jobs. But we all thought like AI was going to free us up to be more creative, but it's actually impacted the creative industries more, especially with the use of tools like ChatGPT, Jasper.ai, etc. So we're looking at potentially even jobs like doctors and, you know, being taken over by AI. There's an AI lawyer that's better than, like, prepares cases better than real lawyers, and it was just blowing my mind, because a lot of people are cutting corners even in the legal industry. And think of it like this: imagine having an AI doctor, an AI surgeon, for example, that has billions of rows of data about that specific surgery and experience doing that surgery because of the data that's behind them. Like, some people might feel a lot more comfortable with a surgeon with that kind of knowledge than a human surgeon that can make mistakes. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be an interesting one to watch, in my opinion. So also, AI's capability to tailor content and experiences to individual preferences is increasing as well. AI is influencing our everyday choices and habits. A lot of social media algorithms nowadays are purely AI. Learning you, like, on a different level. Like, it's not even just an automation tool anymore. It's learning on the fly. We can look at the same post and see different comments. Like, I do think there's an agenda from some of these social media companies. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not, you know, there's bias from the creators of these companies into their AI as well. So there's definitely that going on. But it's just strange how, you know, two different people, based on their interests, based on the cookies on their phones, can see different things from an AI perspective, from a social media perspective, because of the AI as well. So it's making it very much custom for everyone. Yeah, go ahead.
So I just wanted to know, like, how would you know if something is AI based? How would you know? Do these companies need to tell you?
That's a good question, but a lot of times how they do it is when you see those, first of all, when you hear things like personalization in a tech company, that's usually a buzzword to say there's an AI involved that's actually trawling the internet, trawling your usage on your phone to therefore give you a personalized experience. And it's more that. So if you read all the terms and conditions, I don't think laws have caught up to the social media companies from an AI perspective just yet, like legislations and laws, but they do have to give certain disclaimers. But we all just scroll past it and just accept, so we can get our free app and we can scroll mindlessly. Like, if you see things like, typically even automation or personalization, those kind of things will help you know, okay, cool, they're actually using algorithms, artificial intelligence, to actually give me a personalized experience. And it goes beyond just coding something, it goes beyond just programming, because, you know, this thing learns by itself. I think that's the key thing. It's called machine learning. It can learn, it can figure things out, it can think for itself, it can, do you know what I mean? Computing is more than just preloading a preference or and also it has they have a lot of data on us as well, so they're able to give you tailored experiences. I think it's words like tailored experiences, personalization, automation, and that kind of thing are usually giveaways. There's definitely going to be some job losses accelerated by AI. I think we're going to start seeing that very soon, and I think that's why it's good for us to be in these kind of circles where we can learn from each other and we can really figure out how we can use AI for ourselves, and also be less dependent on being an employee as well. I think that's important too. And I know Cassie's been in business for a long time, so I know how you think around these things, but I think for me it's just figuring out how I can make it enhance my career, but also I don't have a day job anymore, but also how I can help it build a business that pays me. Like a lot of these things, I would say there's someone said it's so simple to do that it's also simple not to do. And that was Jim Rohn. So the key to survival for me is rapid adaptation and leveraging AI to enhance personal and professional capabilities. And this is key for me. Like, get your head around these tools, get your head around the AIs, get your head around something called prompt engineering. It already exists as a career now. It's just about people knowing, because think of it like this: AI can code now. You don't need to learn computer programming anymore. You need to learn to tell the AI what you want so it can build it for you. You know, AI can write emails, it can write sales copy, it can write marketing copy. I wouldn't say those things it's better than humans yet. Even coding, I'm not sure if it's better than humans just yet, but it's really damn good, like at the moment. And at the end of the day, it's still humans programming the AI to figure out, you know, what it needs to do. Eventually the AI starts figuring things out by itself. I think recently an AI beat like one of the world chess grandmasters, and that was like a big situation, because it's like, yo, this is getting scary now. It's actually becoming smarter than humans, and no one could program it to be smarter. It just learned to be smarter by itself. So AI provides an unprecedented level of leverage as well. So it offers significant output with minimal personal effort. So this shift means that what we once required when it came to like hiring staff can be managed through AI tools, and that's one of the benefits that I've had. I have 2 virtual assistants currently, and the reason why I only need 2 is because I've got AI tools that work for me around the clock. I don't need like a whole army, I don't need a whole company like I would have traditionally needed to do what I'm doing currently. The virtual assistants do the stuff that I haven't figured out how to get an AI to do yet, and I genuinely don't have the time to do it. It's like just a lot more manual work that if I can free up my time, I could be more creative, I could be more strategic, etc. So I wanted to sort of give you some ideas about how you can use AI to make money and different kind of businesses. So I think no matter what business you do, you can be successful in this world. I personally prefer online businesses, just because, you know, the world is your oyster in that sense, and also you can actually use a bit more automation to deliver your products, or, you know, your services and that kind of thing. If I, for example, had a product or a productized service, you can create the product once, or the productized service once, and you can sell it 1 million times, 2 million times, 10 million times, as many times as you need to. And I think that's the shift of mindset that I've been trying to make sure that while I may try to pay my bills with like the consulting gigs, for example, but I'm funneling all the money back into the business that I know will effectively can make you wealthy, and make you really take off. Because like I said, the automation, my 8K automation, I could never have done that if I had to physically show up, or I had to physically time for money. Whereas what I prefer to do is create something once, work hard at creating it in the front end, and then it pays you ongoing. So a few business ideas. So some non-AI related business ideas that integrates with AI. So you could think of stuff like retail, e-commerce, hospitality, logistics. You know, you can effectively use AI as an extension of your team. So you can use that to enhance your operations, your customer service, and decision making without directly offering AI services. And there's a whole bunch of AI related businesses as well, like there's AI agencies, consulting firms, personal training using AI, so you can actually create bespoke tailored solutions, input the person's weight, for example, the person's goals, and it creates a whole sort of regime for them. AI consulting as well, AI powered coaching businesses as well. So I do coaching, And one thing I always kind of say is, it's good to share your knowledge with people, but how can I find a way to share that knowledge with more people at one time, but still make it a personalized service? And that's where AI comes into it, you know, as well. I think that's really important to leverage, you know, the tools that are at our disposal to be able to do that. Software development as well. There's a lot of people that don't even, they're so smart that they know that they can ask ChatGPT for code for something, and they don't even need to know how to code themselves. AI powered marketing agencies as well. This one is big. A lot of kids nowadays, these are like 17, 16-year-old kids, have these marketing agencies, these AI marketing agencies, and they're just killing it. AI driven e-commerce kind of speaks for itself. Healthcare solutions as well. I've got a doctor in the room, that's Dr. Nikke. I should actually address you as doctor, my bad. So there is a lot of AI healthcare solutions and businesses coming out now, and these aren't necessarily, these are entrepreneurs. They're not coming from doctors. We know two people that aren't doctors that are running a whole health tech company. So AI based financial services as well. I have a friend that has a financial coaching business, and all he does is use AI. He's so hands off. Like, he'll check in once in a while for what's happening. He's super hands off in the business. AI enhanced education platforms, customer support as well. AI driven data analytics. This is a big one. If you can figure out data analysis, killing it. And also digital products as well. You know, people, we're in the age of information. People need information, and not even just information. Like, you can just monetize your passions. You know, what are you passionate about? There's going to be other people passionate about that. Research that. Find a way to solve their problem. I think for me, what's really helped me is I'm trying to obsess about the problems of my audience more than even they obsess about these problems. Like, sometimes they didn't even know they had this problem until I came about and I was like, oh, do you think this could help you? Like, you know what? That's actually a good point. Because I'm proactively trying to obsess about their problems. And the more we can obsess about the problems of our audience or the problems of our potential customers, the more we can actually find solutions that are relevant to them. I feel like this has been more of a lecture.
No, you're doing well. This is very informative.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Cass. Cassie's like a big sister to me, by the way. I've known this woman for years. So AI can significantly, so two things that we really want. If you're thinking about AI for yourself, you have to think about it selfishly, because there's a lot of doom and gloom. You know, maybe there is a bit of doom and gloom here, but what I do know is that you can use it selfishly and personally for your career, for your business, etc. It should either make you money or save you time. That's how you need to view AI moving forward. Is this AI making me money? And when I say making you money, like, is it making you successful in your business, in your job, in your career, or is it saving you time? Because if it saves you time, it frees you up to do more valuable, high impact tasks as well. It just makes you triple, quadruple your own personal output. So it should significantly reduce time spent on repetitive communication tasks, email writing, saving you hours really on a daily basis. And then this time saving should help you, I guess, allow you to focus on growing your business rather than being bogged down by routine tasks. So for me, AI extends its capabilities to strategic business functions. You know, it allows me to concentrate on testing and refining rather than getting bogged down in the writing. What I will say though is AI isn't as good as writing as humans yet, in my opinion anyway. So always check. And then there are other AIs that detect AI as well. So I always run it. If I'm doing something important, I'll run it. I'll create it, edit it, then run it through the AI tool to see if the other AI tool, it's like an AI tester. It tells you what percentage of your writing was likely done by AI, basically. And a lot of these things, I'm gonna spend some time in sessions to actually show you. But this is more of an intro, like an intro to AI. An intro is less on the practical side, more like on the information side. So AI also eliminates creative blocks by providing a continuous flow of ideas and creating content outlines, creating creative content outlines as well. So it helps writers handle more clients and projects. AI tools are revolutionizing things like video editing, photos editing, making advanced skills accessible to all. So I think the future is really for the people that know how to manage AI, know how to leverage AI, know how to harness AI and really sort of make the most of it. So it's going to be like more of a partnership, more cohesive. And if you know how to use it, if you know how to get the most of it, and if you know how to duplicate yourself, duplicate your talents, and also duplicate talents you don't even have, to basically build an employee base of AI, I think that's where the power comes into it. Photoshop can't stay the same, because Canva has made it so easy using, you know, certain AIs and certain sort of like smart learning tools to make things a lot easier. So they effectively democratize skills that were once exclusive to, you know, people that were designers or developers or engineers and that kind of thing. So I think the rise of AI offers an opportunity to build and scale businesses more effectively. It's basically like having virtual employees without the cost. So the key to leveraging AI effectively to me is your willingness personally to learn it and innovate and adapt, and also sort of focus on being a strategic person rather than just being a doer. I think the days where you just need to be an executor are done, because you can get tools to execute for you. It's about thinking outside the box. It's about how can you save time, how can you make money, how can you use these tools to make it work for you. I think it's more about that more than anything now. AI isn't there to, it really enhances your capacity to explore and discover innovative answers. I optimize towards better questioning, better questions, and the better the questions I can ask, the better the answers the AI will give me. So I think for me, it's all about taking action, you know. So in this current technological era, so there's a golden opportunity for those who are ready to seize it, and those who can see ahead and be like, cool, you know, it doesn't matter what business you're in. You don't have to have an AI business. It's more about how you can use these tools to save you time and make you money. Because the more time you have, you know, the more time you can focus on high value tasks. You can focus on traveling, you can focus on spending time with your families, your loved ones, children, parents, brothers, sisters, etc. And it's about creating that life. Some of you in here are actually people that I'm coaching, and you know how hard it was to get to your first 10k, for example, and how much work you had to put in. And that's the impressive part about understanding business in general and understanding how you can use different tools. They were able to use what they were passionate about, plus my coaching, to build a 10k a month business, which is now doing more than 10k. So well done to you.